Action Comics, issue 414. Hey, wait a minute. If that's Superman, who am I? Superman versus Superstar, plus the new Metamorpho. Superman. Look and watch a famed figure of red and blue thwart an escaped criminal on the run. Don't waste your bullets, Farley. You know they can't harm Superman. A tiger's broken loose and attacking me. This wasn't in the script. Somebody help. Help me. Cut. He'll be mauled to death. What's that? I see something coming between them. You are on the set of the latest Superman movie with two Men of Steel. One is the mightiest hero in the galaxy. The other is the Hollywood version, an ordinary man who only wields his powers on film. So get ready for action and watch the clash of the century in Superman versus Superstar. It's Superman, the real one, thank heavens. You're lucky I spotted that escaped cat from the air as I flew over. Are you okay? Yeah. What a guy. He didn't even thank you for saving his life. Talk about temperamental actors. So I see. I'll return the tiger to his cage and be on my way. Superman has made a fool out of me for the last time. How I've loathed playing Superman all these years. This cursed role has typecast me for the rest of my career. I'll never be able to get another acting job. Off with the wig and the plastic mask. Can't wait to get out of this tight-fitting costume and dispose of this fake muscle padding and the boots with the 4-inch lifts. My movie fans would be shocked and disappointed if they knew what their idol, Gregory Reed, really looks like. I'm a fake, a Hollywood illusion. But if fate is kind, the wondrous power of black magic will soon change all that. The next day, a catastrophe speeds toward Metropolis at 600 miles an hour. We've been ordered to eject. Hope the base knows what it's doing, especially with 2 live atomic bombs on board. But a flying savior has already been summoned. There's the bomber, and the pilot's bailed out as I ordered. The military officials say its detonators are faulty. Have to be extremely careful. Even the slightest jolt will set off those atomic warheads. The WGBS TV tower is dead ahead. Only one safe way to avoid a collision without triggering the bombs. First, 2 blasts of heat vision will sever them from the wings. So, when I bring the plane to an abrupt stall, the tremendous momentum will carry the bombs ahead without jarring the detonators a micro-inch. That was close. Now I have the time to gently carry the bombs into outer space where they can explode without effect. Another day, another brush with near disaster. If the thousands who envy the life of Superman only knew what it's really like. The awful loneliness, the constant life and death decisions. Meanwhile, miles below, atop a majestic cliff overlooking Metropolis. This is the estate of Gregory Reed, the actor who became famous playing Superman. As you know, the real Man of Steel makes sure that half the movie profits go to institutions for underprivileged children. Gods of darkness, gods of evil, bestow me with the magical means to take the superpowers that are rightfully mine. I beckon you across the eldritch voids of time and space to grant me my request. Suddenly, out of the swirling mystical vapors, thank you, my demonic fathers, and following the unspoken directions of an evil presence from some dark, unknown beyond, I understand what must be done. I am marking myself with the bewitched pentacle of power as you guide my hand. That night, as the WGBS Evening News comes to a close, Then Superman quickly detonated the atomic warheads in outer space where the fallout radiation couldn't pollute the atmosphere. And that's the 6 o'clock report. This is your newscaster, Clark Kent, signing off. If anyone knew I'm secretly Superman, I'd be accused of bragging about myself. Call for you, Clark. Mr. Kent, this is Gregory Reed. I'm told you can contact Superman because you and he are close friends. Tell him that it's positively vital that he see me tonight at my estate. I'll try to reach him, Mr. Reed, but I can't make any promises. Thanks, Kent. Remember to tell him it's urgent. Soon, in the privacy of his office, Reed's as unpredictable as they come. Yesterday he gave me the brush off. Today it's a come on. I wonder what he wants. Well, I'll drop by after my nightly patrol. Hours later. Reed, I'm here. Good evening, Superman. Glad you could make it. What's the reason for being in costume? Just getting the feel for some scenes I'm rehearsing for tomorrow's shooting. But first, let me apologize for my rudeness yesterday. Will you forgive me for seeming ungrateful after you saved me from that beast? My behavior was inexcusable. Forget it, I have already. Suddenly, a dazzling array of unearthly sparks and supernatural mists besieges the twin-caped figures. Great Krypton, what's happening? As the air clears, 2 Supermen are still standing, but with a startling difference. The pleasure is indescribable. To flex and know the raw power of unlimited strength. To be uplifted by the feel of the super vitality flowing through this invulnerable body. Pure ecstasy. What's happened to me? All at once I feel so weak and feeble, so drained of life. Of course you do, Superman, because your mind has been transferred into my mortal body, and I now occupy your magnificent Kryptonian physique. Unbelievable. A complete mind switch? You are now Superman, and I am you. But how could you possess the fantastic technology to pull off such a... Not by science, Superman. Sorcery. For years I've been a faithful student of long-forgotten occult arts, commonly known as black magic. And now I've finally managed the ultimate spell that has made me a true Superman at your expense. You can't ever imagine how much I've despised you all these years. You were always able to do the fantastic feats I only pretended to do on film. My powers relied on camera tricks. Sounds like plain jealousy to me. You dare to mock me now, when I have the strength to break you like a toothpick? Prepare yourself, superhero. You're about to find out what it really means to be Gregory Reed. To begin with, a gust of super breath to dispose of that wig. Forgive me if I accidentally overexpose you to heat vision. After all, I've never used these super eyes before. But that plastic mask has to be melted off. Ow! Scorching my face. I'm not accustomed to pain. There, that's better. So much for the makeup. Now to get rid of all of this muscle padding. He's so wild with joy, he's literally tearing me apart. Taking off those lifts will cut you down to your own size. Then you'll be ready to face yourself in a mirror. Take a good long look at Gregory Reed, for you are now him for the rest of your life. Great Krypton. Unsightly, isn't it? A few years ago we staged the fire on the movie set that I was supposed to put out with the help of hidden extinguishers, but the flames raged out of control. My hair was singed, my skin permanently scarred. The studio kept the accident a secret, and after I was released from the hospital, I used my makeup expertise to create a false Superman face and keep my career going. And you blame me for this? Yes, you. Because I had to fake one of your spectacular stunts, I was disfigured and changed into a hideous freak. He's mad, deranged, obsessed by an insane hatred and envy of Superman. Suddenly the floor trembles beneath their feet. Mahogany walls creak loudly in defiance as the entire room sways and falters. Good God, what's happening to my house? Reed, you don't know how to control the supermass of my Kryptonian body. You've made yourself tremendously heavy without realizing it. I don't need my X-ray vision to know the rock foundation underneath is buckling. If you don't act fast, it'll plunge into the canyon below. All my precious belongings, my priceless mementos are here. I can't let them be destroyed. Then do something about it, Reed. You wanted to be a real man of steel, so use your superpowers to save the house. You're right, I just forgot for a moment, that's all. But when the caped superstar attempts to rescue his crumbling mansion, I don't know what to do first. There's no time. Just as I thought, Reed isn't mentally prepared for the tremendous psychological burden of superpowers. He's panic-stricken. And then, without warning, didn't see it coming. Helplessly pinned under the heavy wooden beam, the ex-Superman seems doomed by a catastrophe only seconds away. My hand, I just noticed it. A pentacle, an ancient magical symbol, was branded on Reed's palm. This must be how he worked the spell and the personality switch when we shook hands. If our palms touch again, it might reverse the spell and return me to my own body. This is my one chance. Reed, help me, and I'll tell you how to save your house. Quick, before it's too late. His mind's under such a strain, he's so confused. I'm gambling he'll act on impulse. All right, if you show me what to do. Yes, even as the words are spoken, the doomed mansion plummets toward violent destruction on the canyon floor below. It worked. The spell reversed itself and restored our minds to their own bodies. No time to save the house, barely enough time to save Reed. And soon after the Man of Steel has administered first aid to the terrified, trembling superstar. Listen to me, Reed. I've examined your scars, and if a plastic surgeon guides my hands through a delicate operation, I know your face can be healed. But I can't give you my help if you don't want it. Help me, Superman. Their hands clasp once more, but this time it is in friendship and compassion, the most potent magic of all that passes between them. The end. Metamorpho, the Element Man. A sinister-shaped peak rises from a smiling landscape somewhere in the good old US of A. Tomorrow, it opens to the public. It exhibits an uplifting lesson to a sinful world. Morality Mountain. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. But today, its hollowed-out interior contains a bizarre scene, as Metamorpho, the human chemical plant, fights against engulfing liquid death. Rex, the fumes, I'm choking. Don't let us down, old buddy. Quiet, both of you. I got to concentrate on my chemistry. Try a few fast reactions before this acid soup dissolves my molecules completely. Desperate, unable to assume one of his usual fantastic forms and escape, the Element Man wills his numb body to assume different chemical states. All I'm doing is making it worse. That Fink stag never taught me enough chemistry. Afraid I'd get independent of him. Now it's helping to doom Sapphire, his own daughter. And now, continuing from last month's issue of Action, the conclusion of the startling, uncensored saga of The Seven Sins of Simon Stagg. Fade out for a freak. Just where is Simon Stagg, tycoon genius? In another part of Morality Mountain, he is enjoying a reunion with Ulysses Bronson, an old college classmate. Anger, Simon, the next of your deadly sins. You've killed people with it, shriveled their hopes, careers, with a look, a word of condemnation. But Ulysses, old friend, when you rise high, every thought, word, gesture becomes super important. But the man within remains human, fallible, prone to error. Am I to be condemned for my essential humanity? For your essential inhumanity, Stag, I condemn you. Now behold the fifth of the deadly sins, envy. Even though your own achievements were great, still you envied those of others. The sixth sin, sloth. Come now, Bronson, how can you accuse me of that? As you say, my achievements are great. But your gifts could have been used to better ends, to help others rather than enrich yourself. What have you done lately? Simply dabble in science between bouts of indulging your whims. And at last, Stag, the seventh and final sin, lust. Surely that cannot pertain to me, other than Sapphire's late lamented mother, my beloved wife. I've known no other woman. That girl, she resembles Sapphire, and why is she in tears? She is like your daughter, isn't she? It struck me when I met her. Just an uncanny coincidence. But I see you don't recognize the girl in this exhibit. Does the name Genevieve Terhune resound in the halls of your memory, Simon? Genevieve Terhune? Why, it is she. I'd forgotten all about her. Where? What happened to her? That precious paragon of fragile femininity is dead. Long dead. Dead? Yes, Stag, murdered 40 years ago by you. What? Murdered? I never. Silence. It was murder. I loved her and believed she loved me, but, like everything else, she was won by you, dazzled by Stag, Mr. Number One. You had her fall for you, then cast her off. Her love meant nothing to you. She returned to my arms, a crushed flower, and died soon after. The doctors called it a fever, but I knew it was a broken heart. All my life I have waited to make you pay, in a manner fitting to her memory, and your career of monstrous and sinful selfishness. Ulysses, old classmate, I didn't know. Forgive me. Spare me. It's too late, Simon. Now you shall become Morality Mountain's final exhibit. You will kneel on that dais, to be showered in liquefied ore and fixed forever in calcified, eternal pleading for forgiveness. It shall be called Guilt and Punishment. You turn me into a living statue? No, Simon, a dead one. Ulysses, before that happens, please let me see my daughter once more. You wouldn't deny such a last request? Very well. Come. But while Ulysses Bronson has been showing Simon Stagg his sinful past, Metamorpho, the element man, has been pondering his future and that of the girl he loves. Rex, do something. I can feel us sinking lower. I've tried various chemical states. Nothing works. Sorry, Saf. Java, this is the ride out. Please, Mason, I'm too young to die. Suddenly, Father! Good stars, Bronson, this is beyond belief. It's you who are the monster, not I. Blue blazes, if I could just muster up a real change, I'd clobber Bronson. But this soup's left me with less fizz than an old maid's teapot. Don't attempt to shame me, Simon. Your daughter dies too, since she is the spawn of your sinful life. Now speak your last goodbyes. Make it quick, Stagsy. I'm disintegrating fast. Sapphire, I've not been the best father in the world, but I dearly love you. Oh, Daddykins, I love you too. Metamorpho, Rex, son, I'm sorry for what I did to you. The lies, always lying. I wouldn't want to lie between us before we go. Master, no farewell for faithful, loyal Java? Quiet, you prehistoric clown. Yes, Rex, if only I could change the caustic lie between us. You know, the base lie that soured our lives. What in green Hades is Stag babbling about? Holy Hannah, now I get it. The next instant, that foamy froth, your freakish friend's giving his last gasp, Stag. But now, Metamorpho, he jammed my gun. But he can't. The acids destroyed his powers. It did, false friend, until, grasping my hints, he changed his molecules into sodium hydroxide and neutralized the acid. It's elementary, my dear Bronson. I guess you're still second best at chemistry, just as I was always number one in the manly art of boxing. His power to effect complete changes returned. The element man quickly hauls himself and the vat's other would-be victims to safety. Oh, Daddykins, I'm still shaking. What was all that about lies between you and Rex? Lie, daughter. Common caustic soda. Simple sodium hydroxide. You always use a chemical base to neutralize an acid. Yeah, baby, it was all a code, and old dumbhead Rex finally dug it out. Oh, lover, I don't adore you for your brains, just everything else. Well, Stagsy, it's been quite a guided tour. Yes, and believe me, I've learned a great lesson. I have been a bit sinful, but from now on Simon Stagg will be a changed man. Morality Mountain. After we alter the faces on the exhibits, of course, it'll make millions. Expand the Stagg fame even more. It'll make the other public attractions look sick. Yes, sirree, people aren't aware of having the 7 deadly sins. It's my duty to warn them. Holy blue Hannah, he's just ran through 3 sins in one speech. Greed, pride, and envy. Like the man wrote, the more things change, the more they stay the ever-living same. But will things stay the same with the fantabulous freaking life of the Element Man? Future issues could tell and maybe change your life. The end.